Hello, and welcome to your math for today. This video is going to be going through the worksheet that you guys did on solving equations. All right, question number 1. We are trying to solve for an equation, so we're trying to get x by itself. So what is the first step we need to do to get x by itself? Do we need to move the 3 or the 10? And then do we add, or subtract, multiply, or divide? So we're going to subtract 3 from both sides, and x equals 7. All right, number 2, trying to get x by itself. What number is on the same side of the equal sign as x? And it's your -2, and so you're going to do the opposite operation. You're going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. So we're going to add 2 to both sides, and we get 17 equals x. All right, number 3, when we read this, what does that say? That says -3 times x. So what are we going to do? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide to get rid of that? We're going to divide by -3. Divide by -3, so we get -9 equals x. All right, number 4, let's read what this says. By the x, you always want to start and focus on the numbers by the x. X divided by 4. And the opposite of dividing by 4 is multiplying by 4. So these 4's become 1x, and remember 1x is the same thing as just x. And 5 times 4 is 20. All right, number 5. We have a fraction in front of that x. So remember, what we're going to do is multiply by the reciprocal. So what is the reciprocal of 2/5? The reciprocal of 2/5 is going to be 5 over 2. So we're going to multiply by 5 over 2. Here the 2's cancel, the 5's cancel, so we have 1x, which is just x equals, and now you can use your calculator, 20 times 5 over 2. So 2 goes into 20 10 times, and 10 times 5 is 50. All right, number 6. Looks like we're going to have more than one step here. So what is the first thing we need to do to get x by itself? We need to subtract by 2. So we have -5x is 35. Now we're going to divide both sides by -5. So x is, and remember your sign, so it's -7. All right, number 7, our whole goal is still to get x by itself. So here it looks like we have some like terms to combine. So I am going to combine this 4x and 2x, and they're on the same side. So I do the math. 4x plus 2x is 6x. And now these are just constants. 11 plus 5 is 16. All right, now what is the first, or what is the next step in getting x by itself? And we need to add 8, so 6x equals 24. All right, what is the next step to get x by itself? And we are going to divide by 6, so x is 4. All right, number 8, when we look at these letters, 10x and 2x are on opposite sides. So I have to do opposite operations. And so I like to move the smaller one. So what are we going to do to move that 2x? I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. So I have 8x plus 7 equals 55. All right, what is our next step in solving here? So we're going to subtract 7. So we have 8x equals 48. All right, and our next step, or final step here in solving, is going to be to divide by 8. So x is 6. Alrighty, moving on to number 9 here. Whew, this one's a long one. All right, let's see what happens here when we're going to combine like terms. So I have this x and this x on the same side. So 12x minus 2x is 10x. Okay, on the other side, we also have like terms. So I'm going to combine 6x plus 4x and get 10x. All right, some of you right now may notice something here. When I'm going to get my x's together, I'm going to subtract 10x. So this cancels, and I have 5 equals 7, and that cancels. So does 5 equal 7? And if it does not equal, what is the final answer here? Not equal. No solutions. Okay, when you end up with a contradiction, then it is going to be no solutions. All right, number 10. What is this first property that we have to do in order to get rid of those parentheses? And that's the distributive property. So 4 times 2 is 8x. 4 times 3 is plus 12. All right, now, it looks like I have some combining like terms over here. Those are combining like terms. So I'm going to go 6x plus 4x and get 10x. All right, it looks on this left side that I also have some combining like terms because these right here are just plain old constants. They are numbers. So I'm going to have 8x and 12 minus 5 is 7. All right, now I like to get my letters together. So am I going to move the 8x or the 10x? I like to move the smaller one. So I am going to subtract 8x from both sides. So 7 equals negative 7 plus 2x. All right, what is the next number that I need to move away from the x? What do I need to do? What is my next step? I must add 7 to both sides. So 7 plus 7 is 14. This cancels out, and you're left with 2x. All right, what is my last step here in solving? I need to divide by 2, so 7 equals x. All right, number 11. Ooh, another long one. All right, combining like terms, 8x plus 2x is 10x. All right, any like terms over here? Negative 6x and a negative 9x. So I have 10x and a negative 6 minus 9 is a negative 15. Oh, look, it's exactly the same thing on both sides. So if it is exactly the same thing on both sides, this means that all real numbers will work. I can put any real number in here and this is going to work. All real numbers. All right, simplify. So this is not solving. I do not see an equal sign. It says simplify, which means combine like terms. All right, so I am going to combine this to the third power, x. I have another to the third power, that's an x, and another to the third power. Notice that I am circling the signs. So 5 plus 6 is 11, minus 3 is 8. So I have 8x to the third power. Okay, then this is an x, and this is an x. So 2x plus 7x, don't forget your sign in here. You need a plus and then 9x. You need to put that sign in there for that plus. All right, stating the property. Whew. we got a line stuck in there. Okay, the commutative, associative, or the distributive property. What is this first one showing? Well, 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 5. So when I start drawing those arrows in, that is your distributive property. All right, negative 8x plus 5. Now they have the 5 first. So it was last, now it's first. So it switched the order, and the order is commutative. All right, 3x 5, 18. 3x 5, 18. All right, order stayed the same. We've got parentheses. Are we distributing anything in? No, so they just switched those groupings. So this is the associative property. All right, solve for W. Get W by itself. What's by the W? And it's the B. So that says W times B. So what I'm going to do is divide both sides by B. Then this is going to cancel. So I have W equals x divided by b. All right, in number 15, they want us to solve for h. Well, what's by h that I need to move? And how do I move that away from the h? Because that says minus g, I am going to add g to both sides. So this cancels out, and I have h equals, and w and g cannot combine, so I just write w plus g. So h equals w plus g. Alrighty, then this last one here. So they want us to find x minus 1. Well, in order to do that, I need to know what x is. So I'm going to solve this equation over here to find out what x is. So what do I need to do first to get x by itself? Do I need the 4, the 7, or the 39? I have to move the 4 first, and so I'm going to subtract 4. That's a positive 4. So I need to do the opposite operation, and I'm left with minus 7x, and 39 minus 4 is 35. Now that says negative 7 times x, so the opposite of 7, opposite of multiplying is dividing. So I'm going to divide by negative 7. So x equals negative 5. Now I know what x is. So I'm going to substitute in place of this x. I'm going to put negative 5 plus 1, and I get negative 4. Alrighty, hopefully that was a good review for you and you are all ready for solving your equations test. Good luck!